Before I get to Van Halen, Women and Children First, I've got a little, it's not a message, but just something I want to share about Amazon. Nothing bad this time. It seems that everything I say about Amazon is always bad. This time it's a little bit positive. A couple of days ago, I ordered a record, and I won't tell you what record it is because I will talk about it at some point. I don't want to spoil the fun for anybody. It's a classic record from 1973. And I'd seen this, I'd had my eye on it for a while, but it was way too expensive. It was like I'll talk about this in Mexican pesos. It was around 566 pesos, which is okay at the edge of my price range, but then it was going to be 760 pesos for shipping, which would bring it to 1,300 pesos, 1,320 pesos, which is incredibly far. The shipping alone is out of my price range for the entire cost of a record that I want to buy. But I'm very tenacious, very dedicated, and I check every day because I have nothing else to do. And a couple of days ago I saw it, and not only had the price dropped from like 560 to I think 490, and I don't know how this works. I wish I knew the inner workings of Amazon. Also, all of a sudden, Prime, it was eligible for Prime. So instead of paying 560, whatever it was, I was paying 590, which I never would have paid for the shipping, which was 760. Now it was included in Prime. So I ordered it right away. It'll be here, I don't know when. I have a large queue to get to before I get to that classic from 1973. And then just for curiosity, I checked it the next day and it was back to being 760 pesos for delivery, which is a fortune. So far out of my price range is not even funny. We always say that. Why would it be funny? So I'm just saying that if you not that I should be telling anybody how to shop on Amazon, but Amazon is weird. Sometimes their prices, and there have been a few, not just records. I do buy other things. There have been a few things that I've bought recently that have been like that. They're one price one day. Sometimes they go up, down. Luckily for me, they mostly go down. That's when I buy them. Some of the Kiss records that I bought a month and a half ago that were in the 500 range, they're like 1,200 now, like double. So there's a little tip for anybody who wants to do some shopping on that Amazon.com website. The prices are always fluctuating. I've got a few other ones in my cart that I hope will come down a little bit. Sometimes they come down a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to share that little piece of interesting information. And right here, I've got Women and Children First. Now, to talk about the album before I get to the track list and before I open the box up and reveal it in all its splendor, when I talked about Diver Down a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I've always thought of Diver Down as being my second favorite Van Halen record after... There's no doubt that Fair Warning is number one. And all my life, I've thought of Diver Down as being number two. And I hinted at that there's one album that's maybe surpassed Diver Down in recent years. And now the wondering is over. Yes, it was Women and Children First. I was always okay with it. No, I was more than okay. I like this album. But in the last 3, 4, 5 years, I don't know, maybe less than 5. Not that Diver Down has gone, not that Diver Down has decreased, but my love for Women and Children First has increased, which consequently has pushed Diver Down to maybe number 3. So I got Women and Children First in, I don't know when I got it. It wasn't new when I got it. I got Fair Warning was my first Van Halen record, and then I went back and got some of the other ones. I guess I got Diver Down in 1984 when they came out around. But I went back and got Women and Children First, Van Halen 2, and Van Halen 1. And I was never, for me, it was very clear that that I'm still suffering a little bit with my cold. It's lingering, I think is the word. Some songs on this album that I always loved, and then some other ones that just never caught on with me until these last recent years. I don't know what happened. Sometimes you just need to be in a different mindset or a different, you need time to pass or something, but for whatever reason in the last several years, 2 or 3, let's say, 3 or 4, Women and Children First has really, really, really caught on with me. I still love all the songs I loved before, and now some of the ones that I didn't love as much or never got into, I really, really love. And it's kind of cool because I feel like almost like it's not a new album, but I feel like I still have something to learn from this album. I don't know it head to toe like I do with Fair Warning or the first album or something like that. So that's what I think about Women and Children First. So I'm going to open it now. Now, maybe part of the reason why I never got into this at the time was this had the dreaded arch enemy, arch nemesis, however you want to say it. The packaging of this just had that cellophane, opaque cellophane, no pictures, no inserts, no lyrics, nothing. Van Halen was not very good for things like that. And I don't care about that kind of stuff now because I listen to everything digitally. Although I have to make this clear, I have been listening to all the records that I've been buying. I've been listening to them as well. I need to slow down. I feel like I'm racing. I feel like Diamond Dave, the way he talks sometimes. He's much smoother than I am. So I'm going to open. I got this a while ago. It's taken me a while to get to this. I think I got this. Is there a date on here? I think it's pretty close to a month. Maybe it was around the beginning of first few days of June. This is not working. There it is. And I hope there's not a problem because I think I'm past the point of sending this back. Oh my fucking God. Do you remember when they sent me the Cure album by mistake? Look at this. The Cure, the top. But here it says Van Halen, Women and Children First. What the hell is going on? Now, I don't know what, as you saw, I'm just opening this now, and this is, I just said, this is, I think, past the point of me sending it back. What the fuck is wrong with Amazon? Now, I'm going to guess it is Women and Children First, and they somehow put, just because they put this sticker over the other one. This is unbelievable. There, sorry, the Cure was upside down. So this is 2 packages I've received that have a sticker saying the top, the album by The Cure. Hopefully this is not a second one. Can you believe it? Is it possible that Amazon sent me 2 copies of an album that I never ordered in the first place, The Cure? This is unbelievable. I'm in shock. There's no other markings on this. It's sealed. We're playing this game again. And this shouldn't be happening. This happened with Let There Be Rock and something else too. Oh, the Ace Frehley solo album from 1978. I thought it might have had the stupid, shitty German logo, which I didn't want. Let There Be Rock was supposed to be or could have been If You Want Blood. All right, let's see what this is. I'm not going to talk about The Cure again. I already talked about them once. And I'm all primed and ready to talk about Van Halen, Women and Children First. I think it's going to be Women and Children First, just based on it seems like they put the sticker over this. And you know what? It was Women and Children First. That was the one. Hold on. This is all kind of starting to make sense now. When I got The Cure, I was trying to keep it a secret what that album was originally supposed to be. And it was supposed to be Women and Children First. And it wasn't. It was The Cure. So they sent Women and Children First again, which is this one. So is it possible that they have these labeled wrong in their warehouse, in the Amazon warehouse? Because this is twice now that I've had Women and Children First. Once it really was The Cure. Now I'm thinking this is going to be The Cure again. Unbelievable that a company like Amazon, this is your last chance to make a prediction. I'm feeling now that it is going to be The Cure again. And if it is, I don't know if it's past the point that I can return it. All right, I'm going to open it. Which is it? I'm going to turn around and look now. Holy shit, they sent me The Cure again. You know what? I don't even feel like talking about Van Halen now. This is shocking. Shocking. I've ordered Women and Children first, and they've sent The Cure, The Top, twice. Now, I really don't feel like talking about Van Halen, Women and Children first, because now I have to go into my Amazon account and go through this fucking bullshit again, as I did last time, of talking to them and waiting for their bots to answer and jumping through hoops and explaining to them the situation. So I guess this is the shortest episode ever. I don't even know if I'll bother uploading this. What a waste of time. Yeah, fuck this. I'm not doing it. I guess I'll do Van Halen, Women and Children first at some point another time. Fuck this. It's now 2 days later that I've done the first part of the video. I'm wearing the same clothes. I put the same clothes on for, we call this continuity in the industry. You have to have everything the same. So a little update. And I didn't know what to do with that video. I was probably just going to delete it. I ended up talking that night to my friend Dallas. We video chatted for about an hour, and I told him what happened, and he said, "Oh, you should upload that." I said, "No, I just want to delete it. There's no point in it." But I talked to Amazon, and I will upload this, as you can see, because you're watching this now. You know, in the beginning of this video, which for me was a couple of days ago, all those things, not those things, the thing I said about Amazon that, you know, that they have great prices, and if you see something that's expensive, sometimes the price goes down. There was a record from 1973 that I ordered, and it was 760 pesos shipping, but then the next day it was free shipping on Prime, so I ordered it, and then the next day it was back to 760 pesos, and I was so happy and praising Amazon for things like that. Forget about that. Fuck you, Amazon. You suck, or at least this guy that I talked to when this happened a couple of days ago, he sucks. Where to begin with this? So here are my 2 copies of The Top by The Cure. And so to start, now let me go back, because I'm not sure if I talked about this. A month ago, whatever it was, I ordered Van Halen, Women and Children first. And instead I got this. And I opened it and everything, and I told them what happened, and I talked to them on the chat, the Amazon chat, with a live person. And she said, "Oh, I'm really sorry." She was very friendly and very helpful. And she said, "You know what? I'm going to order you the new one right now, the replacement copy of Van Halen." She said, "Just keep that record. Do whatever you want. Don't worry about sending it back." Because when she said send it back, you have to print the label and call DHL, I think it is, or FedEx, or Estafeta, or Redpack, whoever it is, the carrier. And then you got to wait all day for them to come and things like that. So she said, "You know what, forget about that. Just keep the record. This is our mistake. I'm sorry. We'll send you another one." And she sent it that day. And I got it, but I had only opened it, as you saw in the video, today or 2 days ago. And it was The Cure again. So obviously, they have, if you think of it as a physical store, they have, for some reason, these Cure records in, it's just like when you're flipping through records or CDs, you know, they have the plastic dividers that have the band name. For some reason, The Cure, or The Top, ended up in Amazon's warehouse. The Cure is obviously in the spot where Van Halen, Women and Children first should be, because this is twice. So I got on the horn, not the horn with Amazon, on the chat. And what a pain in the ass that is, just to even find somebody to find this live chat. It reminded me of, if anybody out there is a gamer, if you've ever played video games, you know when you're doing these games and you have to get through levels and there are mazes and things like that, and it doesn't work, so you have to go back out and exit and try again and things like that. That's what it reminded me of. So I click on what I think is going to help me, but then, and you go this way and click this, and then, you know, it's like one of those flow charts. Do you have this problem? Yes. Do you want to talk to somebody? No. Do you want to talk to somebody? Yes. Blah, blah, blah. It was like that. And I kept going down the wrong wait, and I couldn't get anybody in the chat. So each time I had to start over. And so I finally talked to a guy, I finally found the live chat. And even in the live chat, supposedly it's live chat, you have to answer the bot questions first. Like, please give us more information. Please confirm your phone number. So you have to put in your phone number, blah, blah, blah. Please tell us what the problem is. And is it wrong item, item not delivered, item damaged, I don't want this item, whatever it is. So you choose that. And then they give you a list of things. And do you want one of these? Yes, my problem is solved. No, I want to continue, blah, blah, blah. So you have to go through that. That's even to get that. And then when I finally got a hold of a guy to talk to, I don't know what his name was, but Abraham was his name. This guy sucks. This guy's so awful at his job. Horrible, horrible service. I told him what the problem was, and he just disappeared for several minutes. And I'm waiting and waiting. And so I said, Abraham, are you there? And a couple minutes passed, and he says, yes, I'm here. I was just telling somebody about your problem, or I was escalating your problem to the correct people to make sure it doesn't happen again, something like that. So I said, okay. So I said, I want this record, send it again. He said, well, we can't send it again. We've already sent a replacement. We don't send a replacement for the replacement. I thought, as long as you're making mistakes, you should fix them. So it's like you can only fix your mistake only once. Anyway, so apparently, according to this guy, Abraham, he talked to somebody, maybe he even talked to Jeff Bezos himself, to get the Cure the fuck out of Van Halen's spot and put Van Halen in their Women and Children First in its rightful position. So according to him, he was making sure that the people in the correct people knew about this problem and that they're supposedly going to solve it. So he said, we can't send a replacement. He said, because you'd just get the wrong record again. I said, okay, well, why can't you send a replacement once this problem is solved? Why can't somebody manually go and make sure that it's Van Halen, Women and Children First? And he said, because our policy is we don't send more than once a replacement is sent, the case is closed. Now, no, there was another problem with this first, because when I ordered the original one, it was more the 30-day window to return things had passed. And I told him, no. The 30-day window starts from the replacement, not from the original. So I had to argue with him about that. And I had to copy and paste that it says I had until July 3rd, which in video time is today. This was a couple of days ago. So he said, well, it's also a problem because your window of time has passed. And I said, bullshit. My window of time, and I copied and pasted, is till July 3rd. So that took another few blah, blah, blah. So now about getting a refund, I don't want a refund because I do want the Van Halen record. And just like what happened the first time, when you get a refund, because I paid for this with my Canadian credit card through Amazon Mexico, you end up, they refund you the correct amount. It was, let's say, 522 pesos. They will refund me 522 pesos, but on my credit card, that's going to be a couple of bucks less. You always lose a couple of bucks here and there for the currency exchange. And I know it's only a couple of dollars, but why should I have to pay 1 cent, let alone a couple of dollars, to fix somebody else's mistake? Not to mention that getting a refund, I would have had to send it back, although the first girl, she said, you know what, just keep it. So I thought this would be the same thing. And then he said, we can give you an Amazon credit. And I said, no, I don't want credit because, whatever. I said, I want a replacement. Why can't you just send me a replacement? And he made it clear, no, we can't do that. I said, fine, give me the refund. So he said, okay, he said, I'm going to email you the label. So he emailed me the shipping label, the return label. So now I have to go to a papeleria, a paper store. I don't have a printer in my house. I have books, I have records, guitars, posters. I got a cat over here. No printer. Do you have a printer? Leave a comment down below if you have a printer. Does anybody have printers in their house? I guess people do. I don't. So I think, man, I got to go print this shit out. I got to, I mean, it's not far. It's almost across the street from me, but still, it's a homework assignment is what it is. So I got to print that out. Then I got to call DHL to set up a pickup time, which is also a pain in the ass. To do, seems like, to do, this is old man alert, but to do anything, it's very, very difficult. Everything is all automated. You never get to talk to people, and it's just very, very difficult. It was very difficult I've had to do this before, and it's very difficult. And for Damien and Mike, who've told me when I had the Let There Be Rock that was bent a couple of weeks ago, and they said, no, you should send it back. This is why I don't send it back, because they make it so difficult. And then I got to wait all day. DHL or whoever it is gives you a 6 or 8 hour window. Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow between 10 and 6 or whatever, between 11 and 7. I don't know what the window is. And I thought, I really don't want to do that. And I tried to save this guy, and this guy didn't give a shit. You're making me send something back that you sent wrong twice. Why do I have to send it back? And not that I want 2 Cure records. To be honest, not that I want 1 Cure record, but for me, the policy should be, if Amazon sends something to you egregiously wrong, it's not like it was the wrong Kiss logo or something like that. This is clearly the wrong thing. Clearly their mistake that they've made twice. They should be kissing my ass. And I said, so I have to send it back. I have to do all these things. And he said, yeah, if you want a refund, that's what you have to do. And to add insult to injury, people like to say that, I don't get my refund until they receive this, which I guess will take a couple of days after they pick it up. And then it has to be processed. And then once it's processed, it'll take up to 15 days for me to receive my refund. So on a product that I have ordered twice, that I didn't get twice, now I have to wait. I have to do all these things to send it back, plus to wait for a refund. Horrible, horrible service. That's just deplorable, despicable, disgusting, whatever adjective you want to use. Is there anything else about that? And then I said to this guy, I said, don't you think you should, at least give me, you make me wait for these products twice. You got them wrong twice. You're making me do these things. Don't you think you should at least give me, in addition to a refund, give me a $20 credit or something as a show of, good faith, or like an apology or something? And he just said, no, that's not our policy. He said, you get the refund and that's it. This guy sucks at his job. So much worse than the woman that I spoke to when I got this first wrong. I guess it was 3-4 weeks ago at this point. So that's where it stands now. So I haven't arranged for the pickup. I guess I'll have to do that. And what a garbage service is. And I have so many more records to open. And I'm starting to think, and I said to Dallas, I should start opening these, because the window, who knows how many of these are incorrect, that they sent the wrong thing, or some other problem, and the window of time is going to close on them. Because I think the oldest one I have here, it's probably right around 30 days. I have some that I've just received last week, and I'm kind of going through these in just whatever order I feel like. I'm not doing them in the order I received them. Maybe I should go back to doing it that way. So that's it. That's Van Halen, Women and Children First. And now, so the guy said that they were going to fix that problem, that they were going to, get to make sure this doesn't happen again. So anybody that, and I'm maybe the only person in the whole country, anybody who ordered or who is ordering Women and Children First was going to get the cure. Don't you think Amazon, again, the largest retailer in the world, don't you think they would fix that after the first problem a couple of weeks ago? It takes 2 times for this to happen, for them supposedly to fix it. So now if I order Women and Children First again today, am I going to get the cure again? Does it take a couple of days for it to kick in? And I really want that album, and I will get that album eventually at some point. But now it makes me think that, is this going to happen again with shit that I order from Amazon? Not just records, but anything that you get from Amazon. So that's my sob story. Boo-hoo, the guy who's ordering records is crying. Well, yes, I am. 2 things, because of Amazon and because of this dickhead Abraham. So that's the I guess the end of this story. Very, very frustrating. Puts me in such a bad mood to deal with this. But as they say in Mexico, ni modo. So that's it for my ghost episode of Van Halen, Women and Children First.